Okay, both of them have been cut and they're in place. Now next we'll work on the backup lights, which are the red lights above the ditch lights. Now if you wanted to do the headlights, you probably could. However, it would require you to remove both of the incandescent bulbs and probably use one of these tower LEDs. It looks like it's wide enough, in combination with a small plastic rod to stick through the hole of the headlight so that it would light up and show two individual lights through the front. I plan to do that in the future, but for right now I just need to finish this and finish my layout. Okay, the red backup lamps are done a little differently. What I use, I start off with a number 57 drill bit, which is just shy of the diameter of the red bulb, and I'll go ahead and carefully drill out each of the red lenses that's there on the front of the locomotive, and I'll use the Dremel for that. Okay, both of the backup light housings on the top have been drilled out, and currently the lamp will not fit through the hole, and you want it that way because you want a snug fit. So after you're done with the number 57 drill bit, just start increasing in size. Now I have a number 56, and this one I'm not going to power it through. I'm going to basically walk it through with my thumb, creating the hole a little bit larger as with each pass, until the bulb will be snugged. There'll be a snug fit inside of the remaining plastic housing, which you can see right here. Okay, so the bulbs are in place, a snug fit, and I have soldered them to the light board, to the backup light. And let's see how they work. Speed step 1 in reverse, and neutral. Speed step 1 in neutral. Okay, at this point I've taped down both sides of the backup light wires, just taped right over the headlight wires, and made sure that they were at the correct position. In other words, recessed in about a 1/16 of an inch. Now I'll go ahead and get a toothpick and get some of this Super RC 56 glue and put 2 small drops where the wire meets the plastic clear housing, just to hold it in place. At the same time, I may even do a little bit on the headlights, because I'd hate to have to take things apart again once it's all built because one of the headlights came loose. Okay, I've put some RC56 on the bulbs in the front. Take down the wires. I also put some RC56 in the back bulbs. Now, the speaker enclosure is 1.1 inch square. The only way to fit a speaker that I've found in this locomotive to be totally out of the way is right in the rear, right in front of the rear fan, between that raised spot and the fan itself. The enclosure will drop right in. And that's where the speaker goes. However, there is a small problem. If the cowl of this locomotive, the shell, has an angle here and here. It's not a square. The speaker enclosure is a square. So what happens when you drop the speaker enclosure in, this angle prevents the enclosure from bottoming out where it should rest, not giving you enough space so that when you snap on the shell, it will collide with the tower, the rear tower. So you need to modify the speaker enclosure. What you'll need to do is shave off these ends on either side so that it has more of an angle to them, and that way when you put it in the shell, it could rest a lot deeper than it currently does. So I'll go ahead and break out the X-Acto and start some carving up, and I'll show you how it goes. Okay, as you can see, I've reshaped the speaker enclosure, basically using a combination of an X-Acto knife, and then I use the cutoff wheel in my Dremel. Be careful not to go through it. I mean, if you go through it a little bit like I did, you can already see the edge on both sides. It's not a big deal. You can always get some caulking and seal up each of the corners, but you want to keep the integrity of the enclosure. You don't want it to fall apart on you. So just enough where you'll get that rounded effect, the rounded shape on both sides. Now you can drop it in and be where you need to be, which is basically 11/16 of an inch from the bottom of the shell. Right there we're at 11/16, and that will clear this tower in the back. Which is just shy of 10/16, or at 10/16. So you have a 1/16 of an inch to play around. Once that's done, go ahead and get your speaker out, and we'll mount it.